So, welcome back to Kate's Katch-All. Today is the day I've been wanting to do ever since I started YouTube. I am going to be a 1950s housewife, as the title suggests. So, I want to live as authentically as I can. I'm not going to use my TV today except to watch old shows that were on in the 1950s. I'm not going to use my phone unless it rings. I told people to call me if they needed to contact me. And so I won't be texting or doing anything else on my phone. And of course, I'm using it to film. And, oh, yep, no microwave, no Keurig. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll let you know a little more as the day goes on. So first thing, I just woke up. I just washed my face. Now I need to put my makeup on because every good 50s housewife went downstairs with makeup on. Now I don't truly believe that that was the case, but this is what the magazines of the time suggested to do. So I'm gonna throw my makeup on and then I'm gonna go down and make breakfast. So I put on all my other makeup, but what 1950s housewife wouldn't be complete without her red lipstick? So here I go. I gotta look in a real mirror, sorry guys. I didn't go full out with my makeup, I just did a little eyeliner on top, mascara, some brow pencil, and a little under eye cover up. So because I have a busy day ahead. And then I just went with a high ponytail, which women wore back then. Later on in the day, I'm going to change, get ready, so to speak, for when my hubby comes home. And then I'm gonna do my hair in a French twist. So I'm headed downstairs to start breakfast. I totally forgot to show a picture of my whole outfit. You'll see it throughout the video. A lot of people would think, oh, shouldn't you be wearing a dress and heels and pearls? Not everyone dressed like that, as the following picture shows. This is a picture of Donna Reed, and as shown, she is wearing jeans, not a dress and pearls. Sometimes she did dress up, but sometimes she dressed very casual. First thing any housewife would do is throw back the covers to air out the sheets. And you want to open up your blinds and drapes to let the sun in, which is a good idea because it helps me feel good having my windows open too. So I'm gonna try to make coffee. I don't have ground coffee, but what I'm gonna do, and I read this prior, let's see if it works, because I don't have an old-fashioned percolator or a coffee press even. So I got one of these little packets, and I'm going to cut it open. And so it'd be virtually like letting the scoops out. I'm putting it in a pot of 10 ounces of water, because that's I usually do 10 ounces on my Keurig. So I'm just gonna pour this all in. Yuck. Okay, so poured it in there, and I am going to set it on my stove and let it come to a boil. I feel like I need to stir it around. Thought it said to do cold, but I couldn't remember for sure, so I wasn't sure if I was supposed to add the coffee grounds before or after, so trying to get as much light in here as possible. All right, so that's going. I'm going to make some French toast. Now I don't have to cook for my husband because he's not home today. So I know you're like, why are you doing this video? Well, he didn't really want to be on camera anyway, so we're just going to pretend. So I'm gonna start off with my eggs, and I don't know why, because it was my mother who usually cooked almost every single meal, I was born in 1968, so I do kind of have a little reference. My mom got married in 55 to my dad. I was the youngest kid. So, you know, I know she didn't get up and get her makeup on in the 70s for sure. And I highly doubt she did that in the 50s. Here's a picture of my mom and dad in the 1950s. I totally forgot that my mom used to shave her eyebrows and then pencil them in every day, which was quite common for the time. And she did wear lipstick. I talked to my sister later that day, and she said our mom usually had lipstick on. All right, just grabbing a fork over here. But anyway, getting back to why I was saying this, I don't know, for some reason my dad taught me how to make French toast. And he taught me how, you know, to use the fork, to beat the eggs. And then the other thing he told me was to put a little bit of salt in. So I never understood why. He said that's what his mom did. I don't know. So if you know why, it's weird. I've never looked it up either, so who knows? I am using this Carrie's Irish spreadable butter. I'm sure they didn't probably have this in the 50s, but I love this stuff and it spreads nice, so I'm gonna go with it. I feel like I need to relocate my utensil drawer over here because I keep having to reach to the other side. All right, I'm gonna put a little butter on my pan. Helpful tip, you always want to put the butter on when you first start the pan, otherwise the butter burns. And nobody likes burnt butter. I remember one time I was watching my niece and nephew when I was about 16, and I made them breakfast. And my nephew was about 4, and he goes, it's like, why are my eggs all burned? And he wasn't having it, so. Lesson learned, you put the butter in first and then start the pan. All right, so I'm just dipping them in here. Okay, my coffee is boiling. So I'm gonna let it sit for a minute and then I'm gonna use a strainer. Again, guys, if this doesn't work, if it's disgusting, I am gonna have to write down and use the Keurig. I gotta have coffee. Or maybe I'll have a cup of tea. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. The other thing today is I'm going to have to do all the dishes by hand. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Man, see, got carried away there. Almost burned them. All right, moment of truth with this coffee. Let's see how it is. Grab my mug down and oh gosh, I'm nervous about this. Okay, I'm gonna use one of these very fine colander thingy strainers. Okay. Looks like very few ended up in there. There's a ton. Let me show you the bottom of the pan. There's a ton in there. So, and that's what it said. The grounds would sink to the bottom. So, all right, let me doctor it up with my sugar and cream. I'm so bummed too, because a couple of years ago, I actually started drinking my coffee black. For a year, my whole life I drank it with cream and sugar. And then I was trying to get off sugar and, you know, go vegan for a little bit. And I was off of it, I want to say a couple of years, at least 2 years. And last fall, I got a stomach bug. And after that, I couldn't stand it anymore black, so I had to go back There are just a couple coffee grounds in here. Just a few. I wonder if I run it through the strainer again. I don't know. Nah, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it. Let's see. Try to maybe skim some out with a spoon. Well, that's not working. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Okay, moment of truth here. Oh my gosh, it tastes the same. Wow, cool, good to know. My power ever goes out, I can still make myself a good cup of coffee. All right, now I am going to go and eat at the table like any good 50s person did. Be right back. So yeah, I just have always been fascinated with the 1950s aesthetic. Again, don't agree with all the politics back then. I know women have a lot more freedom now, but I just love the look of it. And I just think, the way that their lives were so structured really helped. They were able to stay on task because right now I am not working. I just resigned from my job last spring, and there are days I'm just I don't feel like doing anything. But I think if I followed a schedule like this would greatly help me. It's a matter of starting to, that's another matter. But I always have wanted to give this a try and see. And of course, I'm home cooking all my food, which is always better for people, even though I don't think this syrup's, super healthy, but a girl's got to live, right? Take another sip of this good coffee. Oh, these are delicious. I haven't had French toast in a long time. And a plug to that Sara Lee artisan bread. Oh my gosh, that bread is so good. A little pricier, but well worth it. All right, and I'm gonna do up these dishes by hand. There's really not that many. And I'm done. All right, time to take this apron off, and I'm gonna head upstairs for my Bible study time. So now I'm gonna sit up in my room, drink my coffee, and read my Bible and have my prayer time. And then I'm going to get started cleaning. Oh joy. So now I'm gonna make my bed. I've given it plenty of time to air out. I know back in the day they used to have 100% cotton sheets, and I had relatives that used to iron their sheets. My mom used to send her sheets out to be longer. I think through probably the late 60s, early 70s, she did that. And you have to remember, a lot of clothing back then too had to be dry cleaned. If you had wool skirts or wool pants, they would have all had to been dry cleaned as well. Now, I know sometimes they probably like to do full on polishing and dusting in a room. Some things said dust all the walls. And so I'm not going to dust all my walls today. All right, now I'm going to clean my sink with Comment. I know that's what a lot of people used back then. I I still like Comet. I think it does a great job. And boy, my sink was in desperate need. Sorry, I accidentally turned the camera off. Not that this is that exciting. So then another tip I have is to use an old tea towel. This one's all stained. It's been bleached numerous times. And I don't put dryer sheets in because I don't want the, how do I do this? Okay, I can do this, maybe not. So, because then it doesn't get the lint on your mirror. So I'm gonna clean my mirrors with Windex, and then I'll Windex the countertop too to maybe get any of the debris off. So another cleaning tip I use is I just take Windex and spray it on my floor, and I use that same cloth I cleaned the mirror with, and I just wipe it up. And it dries pretty quickly, and it doesn't leave a residue on my floor. This is a ceramic tile floor. Sorry, I know I don't ever want to lay on my floor, but this is where it's at. Right, the bathroom is clean. Even dusted the light bulbs, the mirror, the sink, toilet, and clean the floor. I need to change my tablecloth, so I will be getting out a fresh tablecloth as well. And I'll have to dust my room. Not too much to dust in here. There's the little kitty table. All right, I'm gonna put you guys up on a shelf while I clean this room. I probably should have done my downstairs first because a lot of people, the reason why they like to get their house clean was because in case they had company come over. So you'll want it to be prepared. And you know, that was the norm back then. People just pop by your house. And you know, if you're doing this every day, it doesn't become such a big deal. It's not, oh my gosh, you know. But if your house is trashed, yeah, of course it's gonna take forever. I won't go inside the china cabinet. It really doesn't get dusty, nor does my white shelves. They don't seem to get dusty either. So, and coming up very soon, I will be taking all this stuff down and changing it out to my Halloween decor. All right, now I'm gonna start dust mopping my wood floors. Fresh tablecloth. Dining room is done. Now, on to the living room. My living room's really tiny because this actually used to be the dining room, but we figured since we have a lot of company, this room is much bigger and we can add tables, so it works out quite nice. And the living room is all clean. I even washed the tables. All set. Now on to the kitchen. Another thing that's recommended is to bring a basket around the house with you. So I'm gonna divide this basket in half for stuff that's gonna go down in my family room or stuff that I need to take upstairs. Now I'm going to scrub my sink. My sink desperately needs a good scrubbing. I'm gonna move the camera down so you could see it. So this is my sink. Pretty grubby. This sink's pretty old. It's from 1990. I know I need to replace it. So I'm going to scrub it with some Comet. All right, here's the after. Some of the stains I could not get out. I scrubbed and scrubbed, but it looks way better. And yeah, usually I use a magic eraser and that gets the scuffs out. So, but magic erasers were not around in the 1950s. So we're going with what they had. Looking back, I probably should have cleaned the stove before I cleaned my sink. So I'm just gonna do a halfway job on this because these look like they could use a good scrubbing, but I'll just clean them up the best I can right now with Windex. They look decent. Like last night, I picked up some stuff, got the house somewhat picked up, and it's so much easier when you wake up in the morning to the dishes already being done and your house not a wreck. So I would imagine that the more you do this, if you're doing this on a regular basis, your house, it won't take you very long to clean your house. All right, I'm going to continue on cleaning the counters. I know that's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch, so get this finished up and then I will wash the floor. Next, I'm going to wash the floor. I'm going to use a mop and I'm going to use hot water and vinegar to wash the floor. Whoops. A little out of control there. And the kitchen is all clean. Oh, I gotta move that jug of vinegar down to the basement. Everything's all nice and clean. The Windex didn't clean my stainless steel very well, and so not the end of the world. Everything's all clean. Ah, such a good feeling. Last two rooms of the house that need to be cleaned. The family room and this bar. It's been driving me nuts for a couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie. So that needs to be done. Sweep and wash the floor. And then over here is our little half bath. Stuff I have in this basket is going to go upstairs. That whole basket is going upstairs. All those things didn't belong down here. I still have to wipe off the bar. I'm going to do that in a minute. And the bathroom's done. I washed the floor. And the whole room is dusted and vacuumed. And now I think I've earned myself a break. Oh my goodness, diving in this pool felt terrific. Cooled my body right down. I actually don't even have the heater on today, so I'm guessing it's about 82 in here, but it feels terrific. Normally when I clean house, I wear my bathing suit and then I can just run out and jump in the pool, cool off, go back in the house. I do that back and forth. So it's coming up on lunchtime. I'm not super hungry yet. So I thought, well, I'll go do my exercises in the pool and yeah, just enjoy myself for a little bit, exercise and relax, because that's part of the schedule. You're supposed to take a little break in the afternoon. My house is totally clean and the only thing left to do is make dinner, which is pretty easy tonight. I'm making steak. And again, my husband's not gonna be here to enjoy it, so, but that's okay. These little metal stands used to be black and I just spray painted them this year white, and I really like the way it looks. Like you see it pop off of there. So I'm gonna water my flowers. If I was normal, I would have got up and done this earlier, but you know, better late than never, right? Those are fake. And there's some of my gnomes. And get this little one over here. I always get them with drainage because otherwise the roots rot. And you don't want that. Alrighty, and my rose bush is doing fantastic. Looking really good. And just a little water thing there. All right, now I'm gonna head over to the other part of the yard. Things have got a little bit messed up over here. My granddaughter loves to play with the gnomes, So she moves them around. She thinks they're dolls. I don't know. She has fun with them. And then over here, see, she brought some of them over here. So I'm gonna water the flowers over here, and then I'm going to rearrange my gnomies. Here's my lunch. I'm having some leftover sloppy joes and a Coke in ice with a straw. Gotta have a straw. I don't know, anybody else out there, when the ice cubes hit your lip, does it bother you? That drives me nuts. All right, gonna eat this up, and then I have the oven preheating to make a cake. My cake dish is oiled already. I'm going to need oil, milk, and 4 eggs, and I'm making a yellow cake. When you're measuring liquids, you always want to use one of these types of measuring cups, and also get down to eye level, because it can be quite deceiving when you're standing up high. It might look like there's not enough or too much. And it was okay that I used my KitchenAid mixer because they had those in the 50s. So that one was okay to use. Now I'm gonna pour the batter in the cake pan and put it in the oven. While the cake is cooking, it's got about 25 minutes, I'm going to do up the dishes, and then I'm going to go around my house and empty all my garbage. And then after that, I'm going to take a shower and get ready for when my hubby gets home. But he's not really coming home, so. Alrighty. All right, the cake's out of the oven. It's on a cooling rack. I don't even need to frost it because I'm going to serve it with whipped cream and blueberries. So now I'm off to take a bath. My back is killing me. Fresh from the shower, feel terrific. Just gonna sit here and read for a little bit. It's getting, it's getting hard not being able to go on my phone and go on Instagram and YouTube and all those things. So that's the only thing I'm really missing, and not even that badly. Here's my evening outfit. The purple skirt was from a Halloween costume, and the white blouse is actually something I wear. And that's the back of my hair. I just twisted it up, put some bobby pins in, hairsprayed it, and I should be good to go. I have all my makeup on, my red lipstick, eyebrow pencil, everything on, so I'm ready for when my hubby comes home. These were some gnomes. They were all chipped up. They looked terrible. So I repainted them. I even got a little fancy and made hers look almost tie-dye. And I added a daisy to her hat. Now this one's hat was pink, but I thought it would look better in the bluish color. So get that. And then here I have these, and I've never liked the color of their skin, and it's even gotten worse over time, gray. So I'm just gonna touch these up. They're not in as bad of shape, but just, brighten them up a little bit. Things fade so much in the sun. So I'll show you what I get finished. So I finished them up, just freshened her up with the yellow. I kind of lightened the yellow. The other one was more of a brown. And I only had to do the red in her ribbon. So, and then the skin. It's looking more gray on here, but in person it's definitely more of a beige. I need to do a little work on her face still. I'm not happy with it, but I think I'll start that in the morning. And then he was super easy. The skin, that was the only thing, changing the skin color. And hold on, let me get a better light on it. For this guy, the black was very easy to do. And then I decided to change his guitar color. Originally it was gray, so I changed that to red. And I think I have to do another coat of that. But just touching up the black was very, very easy. I put on this apron, my more 1950s version, and now I am going to eat this yummy, yummy cake. Also, I just didn't feel like dinner. I'm just not hungry. But I do want to try this cake, so I'll show you it in a sec. This looks quite yummy. And by the way, Ready Whip in the can, that was actually available in the 1950s. I'm gonna try it, and I'll let you know how it is. All right, taking a bite. I'm gonna make sure I have whipped cream, cake, and yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna eat this. I know no one wants to hear me lip smack. Before I can go downstairs and watch TV, I need to do up my dinner dishes. So I was just going to leave this running. Some people really enjoy watching people wash dishes. So let me know what you think. So I think I've found an angle that's going to work. Another thing they like to do was, sorry. All right, let's try this again. So another thing they like to do was run scalding hot water down the drain. They felt it kept your drain cleaner. So I'm gonna do that. My water here. They might use something from a tea kettle, but my water is really, really hot here, almost boiling. So. And now I'm just going to shine up my sink a little bit. So when I wake up in the morning, feeling like P. Diddy. So when I wake up in the morning to a nice clean kitchen, that will feel great. So now I'm going to watch my show. Now I'm getting ready for bed, In the 50s, they probably would have used Pond's cold cream to get their makeup off and then wash their face. My skin is very sensitive, so the only product I've found that doesn't bother my skin is Simple. Really great product. I am exhausted, but a good exhausted. I got so much done today, and it feels really good, and I know tomorrow morning I'll get to wake up to a clean house, but it was a great day. Here's my 1950s housewife routine I followed. I copied this from Jan at the Vintage Housewife. She got it from a women's magazine at the time. So we're just gonna go through the list and make sure, see the things I did or maybe changed around. So first up, throw the covers back, did that, open the blinds, freshen up. I ended up getting on light makeup and my casual outfit for the day. Then it said make and serve breakfast, clean up breakfast and the dishes, did that. Complete a 10-minute exercise routine. I ended up doing that later out in the pool, and then after I went in the pool, that's when I showered and did my hair and makeup and got dressed for the evening. Then number 8, gather a basket. I did that. That's so helpful. Such a good cleaning method. And then, sorry, let me scroll for you guys. Alrighty, and so number 9, straighten up the living room and dining room and pick up the clutter in that. So I did that, putting things in the baskets. It says fluffing pillows. I got rid of my decorative pillows downstairs because they just started to make my house look so messy. So I just quit using them, so that makes my life easier. And most of my, I think all my plants in the house are fake, so I don't have very good luck with keeping the indoor plants alive. And then make the bed. Now again, I said I wish I had done the downstairs first and then went upstairs in case company had come. 11, tidy the bedroom, including light dusting. I ended up vacuuming as well because all my rooms needed vacuuming. And then 12, hang up clothes. I did that if needed, and the dirty ones in the hamper. 13, do a light tidy of the bathroom. I ended up doing a heavy clean of my bathroom. And then 14, review the menu for the current day. And I already had this all planned, what I was going to make. And then begin long advance preparations for dinner. I didn't really need to do that. And then I made a cake for dessert, which I made at about 4 o'clock. By the way, I was done with all my cleaning by 3 o'clock. And I only got up at 9 in the morning, so it's not like I got up super early. Number 16, wipe down the kitchen. I did that, but I forgot to do inside the fridge. I disposed of the garbage. I rinsed my dishcloths and hung them to dry. Swept and mopped my kitchen floor. I did not have any errands. Let me scroll down for you guys. I know I probably could have done this a different way, but I really want to get the video out, so just bear with me on this one. Alrighty, so it says handling errands. I didn't do any errands. I ended up indulging in a hobby. I like to paint, so I painted my gnomes. And 21, I didn't go to the grocery store, so didn't have to put anything away. I had a quick lunch, and I wouldn't even have needed to start advanced preparations because I was having steak and baked potato, so that's a pretty quick meal to make. And then 24 says to handle a weekly chore. There's more about that down below. 25, set the table for dinner. Again, didn't do that because I didn't make dinner. And 26, these are some of the funny ones. Arrange the living room for evening enjoyment, such as the Mister's newspaper, book, and cigarettes. And seemed like everyone back then smoked cigarettes or a pipe or a cigar. It's kind of gross. Alrighty, then this one, 27, do a quick sweep of the floors and ensure entranceways are clear. Well, my house didn't get messy because it was just me here, but if you had children, this would definitely be something you would probably want to do, which Next time I do this, I am going to have my 2 grandchildren, and I'm sure it's going to be 10 times harder having 2 little kids running around. So that should be interesting to see how that day goes. Prepare a special dish for dinner. No can do. Number 29, freshen up before the husband returns from work. It was always a good idea, you know, to put on your fresh lipstick. And that was another thing. I realized my lipstick wasn't red enough. I wish I had found a redder lipstick. And 30 is another funny one. Set out the tray with equipment for making cocktails, should the mister want to serve drinks before dinner. 31's another fun one. Greet husband gaily. 32, serve dinner. 33, clear table and wash dishes. I did that. And I did serve myself, going back to 32, I guess I did serve myself dessert. 34, I did pour the boiling water down the sink to make sure my pipes were flushed. And number 35, I didn't need to pack a lunch. My husband never, well, I didn't make dinner anyway, so no need to pack a lunch. And he doesn't take leftovers. Then it says set the table for breakfast. I didn't end up doing that because I knew I wasn't going to do a 50s day the next day. There are some people on the internet who do like a whole week of being a 50s housewife. That would be challenging. And 37, ensure breakfast foods are available. And then 38, enjoy an evening of relaxation. After doing all that, I was exhausted. I could barely keep my eyes open for the Donna Reed show. And like right after that, I went up to bed and I was wiped out, as you could see in the video. These are some of those weekly chores. There's, use metal polish on the bathroom fixtures. I've never done that. I've heard of using lemon on the bathroom fixtures. I've never tried that though. And I've also soaked my shower head in like a bag of vinegar that gets I don't know if it's calcium or what on there. And then anyway, clean and disinfect all kitchen appliances. I did some of my kitchen appliances. I cleaned out my toaster very well, and that I know it wasn't all on camera. And scald and disinfect bread boxes, garbage pails and bins, and finally replace flowers with fresh bouquets. And I really didn't have any of those. So I want to thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I hope you guys have a great day. It would help me out quite a bit if you'd like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.